yogis and yogis, welcome back to Yogana. My name is Anna, and today we're just going to be doing yoga for you. So we'll have a little bit of everything in this flow, a little bit of strengthening, balancing, cardio, and mental balancing. So go ahead and grab your comfiest clothes, maybe your dog, and we'll get started. Guys, so let's go ahead and start in a standing posture. So go ahead and find your way to the top of the mat. Find your way into Tadasana or mountain pose, finding that nice tall spine, maybe working out any jitters if you have any from the day or the night before. Maybe just rolling out the neck, rolling out the shoulders, just finding any movements before finding just a moment of stillness. Good, no rush at all to get there, but just kind of tuning in with what you're feeling in this moment before we start moving. Maybe a little bit of tightness in the shoulders, tension in the jaw, opening, closing the mouth, just releasing tension there. And then just coming to stillness eventually, no rush to get there. But as you do, we're just gonna start with 2 cleansing breaths. So we're just going to take a deep inhale through the nose, fill up in the belly, and then a loud exhale together. So go ahead when you're ready. We'll take a deep inhale and a loud exhale. Just cleansing out all the stale air. One more just like that. Inhale and exhale. Good. Just coming back to stillness for a moment. Maybe placing one hand over the heart and one hand on top. Feeling the heart beating, your breath moving through the lungs, through the heart, the chest, maybe closing down the eyes, just tuning inward before we start moving. Feeling the points of your feet touching the ground, feeling grounded. Noticing any sounds around you going on without changing them or judging them, just kind of noticing. And then you're welcome to set any intention you'd like to set if that's part of your practice. Just bringing anything to mind. If it's a little bit of strengthening during this next flow, maybe a little bit of stretching, just some tension relief, emotional relief, just whatever comes to mind. Maybe some extra love to others. Just taking a deep inhale, blinking the eyes open. Exhaling, and then bringing those palms together at prayer center. Good. On the next inhale, we'll take some sun salutations standing. So inhaling, taking the arms high. Exhaling, bringing them back through center. Big circles here. Inhaling back up overhead. Exhaling, big circles. Palms come together. One more time. Inhaling. Good. Exhaling this time, interlacing the hands behind you, and then pressing the knuckles away as far as it feels comfortable. So if that just means resting the fingers on the low back, stay there. Or maybe pressing them away as you roll the shoulders back, and maybe the gaze even starts to go up slightly. Nice deep heart opener, shoulder opener. And then on the next inhale, release without flinging, take the arms high. Exhale, palms come together at prayer. Inhale, open arm twist to the right. So pull that right arm back, left arm comes forward, and gaze goes to the right or behind you over the right fingertips. Press that right hip forward, so both hips are aiming towards the front of your mat still, which might be a little bit more challenging than it looks. Just feeling that open arm twist, shoulder opening on the right side especially. Final breath here. And then exhale, close that right hand to meet the left. Same thing on the left side. Inhale, pull that left arm back, right arm stays forward, and then press that left hip forward. Gaze either beside you or over the left fingertips. Breathing. And then exhaling, closing that left hand to meet the right. Inhaling, the palms come together, prayer center. And last exhale here. We'll start moving here through a flow. So we'll inhale, take the arms high. Exhale, deep dive down, find a forward fold. Hang out here just for a moment, just to really get those hamstrings open. So go ahead, shake it out. Do what you need to do to release in the head, the shoulders, the neck. Soften the knees slightly if need be, if you're really tight like me. Feel the low back opening as you hang out. Breathe. Grab opposite elbows. Let the blood rush to the head. And final breath. Exhale, release the elbows if you grabbed on. Inhale, find a half lift. So take the hands up the legs, flat back here, tabletop. Exhale, release. Inhale, step the right foot back. A low runner's lunge. Good. Hang out here just for a moment. Feel that deep hip opener on the right side. So drop that right hip down and forward. Shoulders stay back. Maybe come up onto the fingertips, or if you have some blocks nearby, using those on both sides. Good. And then dropping both hands, kicking that left foot back to meet the right. Find a high plank. And then press those hips forward. Shoulders come towards the top of the mat. Lower down, knees, chest, chin, or just bend the elbows, hug them in close, find a chaturanga. Inhale, press that heart forward, find an up dog or cobra. And then we'll meet in down dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Hang out here for a moment. Pedal it out. If those hamstrings, those calves are still a bit tight. Drop one heel, bend the opposite knee. Nice. Release in the head, release in the neck. And then press both heels evenly towards the mat. Those hips stay high. We'll tippy toe it forward up to meet the hands. Landing at the top of the mat. On the next inhale, take those arms all the way up overhead. And then exhale as we find cactus arms. So bend the elbows 90 degrees here. Press the heart open towards the front or towards the sky. Finding that back bend. Shoulders pressed together. On the next inhale, take the arms high. Exhale, dive it down. Find your way to the other side. Half lift as we inhale. Exhale, step the left foot back. Low runner's lunge on this side. So again, just hanging out here for a moment, dropping that left hip down and forward, and dropping those shoulders down the spine. Gaze stays steady to hold your balance. Final breath. And find your flow. Plant the hands, kick that right foot back to meet the left. You're welcome to press the hips right into a down dog, lift the hips, or find that flow. Chaturanga, knees, chest, chin, cobra, or up dog, and then down dog. Beautiful. Good. One more flow. So we'll go ahead and tippy toe or float our way up to meet our hands. So finding our way to that forward fold. Exhale as you land. Inhale, circle sweep the arms high. And we'll dive it right down this time. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift as we inhale. Step one foot back, then the other, or float those feet back, finding your way into a high plank. However you want to get there. Lower down, knees, chest, chin, or find those bent elbows. Cobra or up dog as we inhale. And then exhale. Find your way into that down dog. Good. On the next inhale, kick that left heel high, three-legged dog. Roll out the ankle a couple times. Just feel that left heel pressing away. Left hip stays inward, facing the mat. And then exhale, we'll bring it all the way through into a high lunge. So plant that left foot through. Inhale the arms high. Drop the shoulders, drop the hips. And exhale it, open warrior two. Drop that right heel 45 degrees. Arms are out at a T. Shoulders are just over the hips so that you're not reaching forward or backward. Just in the center. Press that left knee open. And then reach it forward as we find extended side angle. So you can rest that left elbow on the front knee as you reach up with that right hand, or maybe reach it all the way down to find extended side. Shoulders are stacked here. On the next inhale, we're going to move into Skandasana with that right leg. So inhale, pull yourself back up through warrior two, and then straighten through that left leg as you bend into that right knee. Drop the hips low. Open up, find a little twist if that's part of your flow, or just keep those hips low. Moving into an easy twist at the front of the mat, bend into that left knee, right palm plants, inhale that left arm high. Good, from here we're moving into a revolved lunge, palms come to meet each other, right elbow goes to the outside of the left knee, press into the palms so the heart and the palms are meeting each other. Good, from here we're going to find our balance. So maybe fix that gaze downward. So that'll help us bring that right foot up to meet the left, finding a revolved chair pose. So maybe stagger step your way up. Keep both hips bent and those palms again pressing into each other. Inhale your way back through center, find chair pose. And then exhale, we're going to roll on back into waterfall, shoulder stand, or plow pose. So your choice here. Rolling all the way back, maybe pressing those hips high, maybe taking those feet back just for a moment. And then rolling yourself back into that chair pose. Good, pressing those hips low. Moving to an optional crow pose. So if you just want to find your way into Malasana, heel to those feet out wide, drop the hips low, heels can stay lifted or drop it down, and then maybe plant those hands just in front of you, keeping the gaze above the fingertips, and then pressing yourself forward. So maybe just feeling the weight coming into the palms and the head coming over the fingertips, or starting to lift up onto the heels, maybe even taking the weight off of the toes, just kind of playing around here, finding your variation. Good. And then option to kick your way back into that plank pose, or just kind of step it back. Find plank, move to that optional chaturanga, or just meet in a down dog. As we find our way to the other side. Good. Take a deep cleansing breath here. Take deep inhale through the nose, fill up in the belly, and exhale out the open mouth. When you're ready, kick that right heel high. Exhale as you bring that right foot all the way through. Find that high lunge on this side. And inhale the arms high. Drop the hips, drop the shoulders. Inhale, warrior two. Arms come out to a T. Inhale, extended side angle. Reach it forward and down with that right hand. Up with that left. Stack the shoulders. And bring yourself back into Skandasana, up through warrior two. Extending that right leg. Bend in the left knee, drop the hips, maybe find a twist. Right arm opens, left arm stays down. Inhale, find that easy twist, make your way up, bend into that right leg. Left hand plants, right arm reaches high. And then moving into revolved lunge. Bring that left palm up to meet the right. Press into the palms, press that heart to meet it. And slowly making your way into a revolved chair pose. So gaze maybe goes down. Stagger step that left foot forward to meet the right. Reset those hips. Realign the knees. Press into the palms. Nice and strong in the quads. And then bring it through center chair pose. Same thing here. Exhale, roll it on back. Find shoulder stand, waterfall, fall, or plow pose. And then roll yourself back up into chair. Whew. Keep those hips low. And then drop it on down. Find crow, malasana, or just a little deeper chair pose. Good. Kick it on back. Find your way into a down dog, maybe through a flow or not. Beautiful. Inhale, kick the left heel high, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that left foot all the way through. Inhale, easy twist. Right hand stays down, left arm reaches high. Stack the shoulders. Option to drop that right knee or keep it lifted as we bring ourselves up and back with that left hand. Find an easy twist, or not an easy twist, it's a hard twist. So open arm, high lunge twist. Good. Take it back, maybe find that peaceful warrior. Reaching back for that right leg with your left hand. And then exhale, opening to warrior two. Inhale, find triangle, straighten through that front leg, reach it forward and down, and stack the shoulders. Good, close that right hand to meet the left, and walk it through center, moving right into a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, reset the back, find that half lift, and exhale, refold. So from here, if you know your favorite variation of this wide-legged fold, you're welcome to take that. I'm going to go ahead and find an upper back twist. So really unlocking that upper back. Left hand's going to come through center. Right arm's going to reach high. Maybe right hand rests on the sacrum if that feels a little bit better. Just rolling that right shoulder open. And then unwinding, coming back through center, walking over to that left foot, coming into a low runner's lunge, and then finding your way into standing split. Stagger stepping that right foot forward, kicking it high, left foot stays grounded, right hip rotates in, head relaxes. Good. Drop that right knee behind the left, bending into the knees. Find a Shiva squat. Exhale, release, find standing split. Inhale, bring it in, Shiva squat. Exhale, release. Final time, Shiva squat. Exhale, release, and then land on those right toes again. Good, moving through a flow. Kick that left foot back. Maybe keep it lifted as you flow, or drop it down. Maybe skip the flow. We'll meet in a down dog. Good, from here, kick that right foot high, three-legged dog. Exhale as we bring it up and all the way through. Right foot lands, easy twist, right hand reaches high. Drop that left knee or keep it lifted as we pull ourselves up into that open arm, easy twist. Gaze can reach behind you or stay over to the right. And then take it back into that peaceful. Left arm reaches back. On the next breath in, open up, find a warrior two. Arms come out to a T. Straighten through that front leg and reach it forward and down with the right arm as we find triangle. Shoulders are pressing into an imaginary wall. And then close that left hand to meet the right as we walk the hands through center again. Turn both toes to face the same direction. Inhale, find a half lift. Exhale, refold. And if you found that twist on the other side, we'll go ahead and find the same thing on this side. So right hand comes through center. Left arm reaches high, stays high, or rests on that sacrum. Roll that left shoulder open. And then close it back up. Walk the hands over to the right, turn those toes forward, coming into a low runner's lunge, and then grounding through that right foot. We'll stagger step that left foot forward, find standing split. Exhale, Shiva squat, bend that left knee behind the right. Inhale, standing. Exhale, Shiva. Inhale one more time. Exhale, Shiva. Inhale, kick that left foot all the way back. Find that low runner's lunge, and then option to find that one-legged chaturanga or move through no flow, finding your way into a down dog. Dropping the knees down, we'll find our way into kneeling posture. So walking those hands back, untucking the toes. Just taking a breath upright for a moment, catching your breath, and making your way into camel pose. We'll go ahead and keep the hips off of the heels here, so lift them up, separate the toes about hips distance wide or knees distance wide. We're going to take the hands behind us like we're putting them in back pockets just to feel that opening in the heart. So if you want to stay here, if it's a little bit scary to kind of reach on back, this is totally enough of a heart opener here. Just pressing those hips slightly forward, shoulders roll back, elbows are kind of aiming towards each other. This is a beautiful variation here. But if you want to go ahead and slowly make your way back, maybe just take one hand at a time. So reaching on back as you press those hips forward, heart stays up and back. Reaching for that right heel with your right hand. And then maybe just finding that right side first. Left arm reaches back. Or if you want to start to grab onto that left heel, if those shoulders are nice and open, go ahead and press those hips forward. Shoulders stay rolled back. Elbows are aiming towards each other. Head releases. And then start to lift yourself back up very gently. Hands come into those back pockets. Shake it out. If you did that right side only, we'll go ahead and make our way to the left side or find a second round of camel pose. So when you're ready, we'll go ahead and hands in back pockets, elbows are aiming towards each other, shoulders are rolling back. Press the hips forward, and then maybe start to release and find that left heel. Maybe that right arm reaches back, or comes to find that right heel with the right hand. Hips are still pressing forward, heart is pressing up, head is reaching back. Slowly unwinding, hands come into the back pockets. Find your way into child's pose. Big toes come together, hips sink back, and hands reach forward. And just breathe. When you're ready, coming back to that kneeling posture, we'll walk those hands back to the knees as we lift the heart and go ahead and spin those legs forward, coming right into a staff forward fold posture. So go ahead, we'll scoot the glutes out of the way, come to the fronts of the sits bones, nice tall spine, roll the shoulders back. Go ahead and flex the toes, but maybe find a soft bend in the knees. So from here, we're really going to focus on hinging at the hips. So we'll lengthen as we inhale through the spine, and exhale as we hinge and fold forward. So the shoulders stay down, heart stays open and flat, and then we'll just hinge the heart over the knees. So maybe toes stay flexed, maybe they stay relaxed. If you flex them, it's just a little bit more intense on the backs of the knees, the hamstrings. But otherwise, just find your variation here, not worrying about where your hands land or don't land. Just go ahead and feel the backs of the knees opening wherever you do land. Heart stays over the knees or the thighs. Shoulders stay back and relaxed. And then we'll walk our hands back up as we lift the heart. Maybe scoot ourselves a little bit further forward. Keep those legs extended. Moving into a reverse plank pose. So hands come all the way behind you. Fingertips are aiming towards your body. We'll press into the palms, press into the heels as we start to lift up the hips. So shoulders maybe roll back again. Heart opens. Heels can stay planted, or maybe the whole foot stays planted. Pointing the toes. Slowly start to lower it back down. And then bend in the knees. Bring yourself forward and make our way down. Reach the arms forward. Activate the core. So nice and strong, like you're flexing. Keep those feet planted and then roll on back. Hug the knees in as you land. Roll out the ankles, anything that comes naturally. And then plant the feet, moving into bridge pose. Heels come in close to the glutes, hands come down beside you. We'll press into the bottoms of the feet again, maybe the palms press as we lift the hips up high. And then I'll give you a few options here. So if you want to work on the core, keep the hands down beside you. If you want to get a little bit more of an inversion here, go ahead and tuck the shoulders, interlace the hands underneath you as those hips kind of naturally lift a little bit higher. If you want to work on that core, those hands are still grounded. We'll go ahead and drop the glutes and just hover here. And then lift it back up. Drop and hover. Keep those knees in line with the hips. Inhale back up. Drop and hover. Feel those glutes working. Lift back up. And then last time, drop and hover. Lift back up. Good, we'll all go ahead and lower down. So if you tuck the shoulders, interlace the hands, just slowly release them. Hands come back down beside you. We'll go ahead and drop the hips. Heel toe the feet out nice and wide. And then just let the knees sway side to side. Those arms come out to a T. And just feel the release in the core and the glutes. Low back, the hips. Before we come into round 2. Good. Next time the knees come through center, we'll make our way back into that bridge pose. If you know full wheel pose and that's part of your practice, you're more than welcome to move into that inversion, that back bend. Otherwise, go ahead. We'll do a little bit more core, just a little bit different this time if you'd like, or start to press those hips high as you press into the bottoms of the feet. And then maybe this time just extend that right leg and hover. Back up and hover. Back up and hover. Back up and hover. Back up and lower down that right foot to meet the left. Same thing on the left side. Right foot grounds you. Extend that left leg. Keep those hips high and hover. Inhale back up and hover. Back up, feel the shake and hover. Last time, back up and hover. And then plant that left foot down as those hips stay high, and we'll lower everything back down. Maybe shake out those knees again if that felt right last time, felt good. But we're all gonna make our way into a reclined cobbler's pose. So when you're ready, bottoms of the feet come together, knees come out wide. Maybe arms reach overhead. That always feels good to me. Just opening up the heart, the chest, and the shoulders. Let those knees really relax, feel heavy, and open up. And I'm just going to finish off practice in this posture. So if this feels really, really good, just stay here as long as you'd like. Eventually just closing up the knees, maybe letting the knees fall side to side a couple of times. Or if you like that traditional Shavasana, you're welcome to make your way there at any moment, any time, or legs up the wall. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this flow for you. Hope you feel good, ready for the day, or ready for the night. Thank you all so much for flowing. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. If you enjoyed this video and feel great, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next flow.